Okay. I think we're live here. That's looking good. All right. Okay, guys. Welcome to it's Thursday already. This month is flying by, hey. Um, awesome. Well, yeah, I just was doing work and then I got to jump on this call. So, yeah, welcome to Thursday. If you guys have any questions, I am Jason Orvin with GHL Power Tools. Fire away, raise your hand, put it in chat, let me know, and we'll just jump into things here right away. I see Howard here. Haven't seen Howard since probably we were in Dallas there. We
I was
haven't
gonna
chatted.
say,
So
yeah,
hope things
man.
are going well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's probably last time, sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we got Ronak and Wayne is on here as well. So small group so far. But yeah, Howard, did you have any questions today or
I did. Well,
just
so
jumping in?
so I booked a call with you on your calendar tomorrow.
Yeah, I see that.
Um,
Yep.
because I definitely I have a feeling this is gonna be like a more structure. Probably need more help as far as what's going on.
Okay.
Um, there's two pieces. The one piece is um I believe I installed correctly the Tango snapshot to do the gift
Okay.
card. But what I don't see is I went through the documentation and I don't see exactly what I need to enter, like in the like agency settings and things like that in order to like establish the Tango connection. You know what I mean? So it's
Okay.
not so much the workflow side, it's like the on the dashboard. Um,
So
like
in the and I'm gonna be on I haven't touched this for a little while. Um you should have an API key in let's see if I can get into the sandbox here. Sandbox dot
because the question that I had with that was I was like, wait a minute, is this key going to be for every sub account? Because realistically, like we probably wouldn't want that. We would want it like, where the sub account, like they have their own Tango account. So that way they're actually paying.
right. So the way that we have it set up is that you would manage it as an agency. Um, you can have different credit cards in there, I believe, and this is how we set it up for another agency that was using it or that is using it. There's the reason why we built it. 8 2. Um, so the reason why we picked Tango is because you can have multiple cards in there, and then you can have multiple sub accounts that you can manage for your customers.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
So when you're setting up so everyone doesn't have to have their own sub account or their own account. So inside of this is just a test account that we're doing here. We have different brands here, and then each one of those can, I think, be funded by different credit cards. And then under team settings is where you get the API keys. And then you can grab the API keys and add that into our system.
okay. So
Um,
then when I'm looking at the API key, so that key though, that's for like our overall like agency account, right? So
yeah.
then how do you route then like for like this sub account is going to charge, this card or whatever for the gift card.
Sorry, you're cutting out there.
Oh, sorry. I was asking like so you showed like obviously the multiple credit cards like in the Tango account, but then like how do you route like a redemption in like sub account one to like credit card one?
Yeah. So when you go to Tango cards, Tango gift cards here, you go to settings and then you select which
Ah,
account
okay.
and then you select the sub account underneath that. So this is the
Okay.
Tango customer, and then you select which account it is underneath it. And then you can even select like which reward item package that you've created, I think. And then you can also select if you've created different email templates with their logos and stuff, you can put those in there. You can select which one you want to use as well. And then when you update those settings, when you send the webhook over to our system, to fire off that thing, it'll be this location, and then it'll know where it's routing it, which one it's giving it access to.
Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Um, okay, so I will work on that between now and tomorrow.
Okay.
The second question is, we're trying to do a print-on-demand solution for rewards
Okay.
redemption. And um, this has proven to actually be really complicated because high level, even though it has printable built in, the problem though is there's no way to generate like cards or gift certificates or any type of credit on a high level store. So
Right.
I was
Not
like
yet, no.
yeah, so I was trying to like engineer something where I would stand up like a WooCommerce site, um, use like a gift card plugin, that has API access, and then essentially like use a workflow to like fire off the redemption, like generate the certificate
Okay, yeah.
number, you know what I mean? And then like that would become a custom value that would then, send an email to the person saying, hey,
Yeah.
like congratulations, blah, blah, blah. Um,
So, yeah, okay,
does
go
that make
ahead.
sense? I was gonna
Yeah,
say, does that make
absolutely.
sense? Like, okay,
Okay, so how I would probably go and do that is let's go to a sub account here. Um it is a little bit more complicated, but what you would, and I probably, where would I have a good, I don't want to have an example of it in the restaurant one, but let's go to, I'm just going to go to like our normal rewards one because I feel like I have it in there. Uh, might be, I know I have an example of it, but essentially what you do is you create a form inside of high level. And then instead of when you go to create that reward item, instead of saying voucher, you would select the form instead. So what
okay.
happens then is
Oh, so
is
this is
that
like the right because you have that function where like instead of it like redeeming for a certificate, you can say redeem for or like yeah, like do a
it'll
yeah,
show a form
right.
there instead, and it'll have the rewards ID plugged into the form. So
Right.
then when you submit that form, there's an automation that you would run that would then fire it off saying that form has been used. Now that redemption had been
Mhm.
used for that form. And then it won't allow them to fill the form out like a second time. So you could have it where they redeem 1,000 points for a print on demand thing, but then have them fill out their information. It'll autofill their like name and phone number and email and stuff like that. But then have them fill out the rest of the information, whatever you want to collect, and then hit submit, and then it could fire off a workflow and do whatever you want. The only thing with that is that you need to create the workflow for um each one of the forms you're using for each product.
Okay. Well, because what I was thinking about doing was to try and keep it simple, was to just say like a $25, gift card, for like redeemable merchandise. So like there would be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, ten options or whatever in the store, but like rather than trying to be like, like a shirt,
Yeah.
a jacket or whatever,
Right. Yeah.
instead it would be
No.
like $25 from our, for our merch store, and like, click here. And then, like in the email, I would explain like, use this code, and redeem,
Yeah.
over the merch store, that kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. So, this is basically the form. It's just we've got a webhook here that fires off. The action is redeem form, and the location ID is you just pass that along as well. That's triggered off of the form that you have inside of the system there. Um, so you basically just go create a form, select the form, and then when somebody goes to check out or goes to redeem those points, it's going to show them the form instead. I'll show you what the form looks like. Let's go sites. I think we just create a an ID with rewards ID, and this should be actually in each one of the other snapshots as well. I just don't know if the example was. So form builder. Rewards redemption form is what I have in here. And then yeah, so we've just got the smart rewards ID, which is at the top. That's the custom field for that. And if this is in the other one, I didn't really check, but it just kind of explains what it does here. So you just have to have that rewards ID, which will pass the rewards ID over to the workflow. And then it just makes sure that they can't go back, and it'll close out the it'll close out the redemption, once they fill this form out, because then you can have it automated and do whatever you want. And then it just means if they come back to that form again or come back to that redemption again, it won't show them the form.
Okay. Yeah, and I feel comfortable as far as like as long as I have the API documentation for that gift certificate plugin, I'm pretty sure I can, probably rough it in.
Hmm.
And then I will show you the fruits of my labor tomorrow
Okay.
if I still have problems on it. But
Yeah, I
thank you.
think I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
mean that's
a
pretty
good idea.
straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've had people use this for like their own agencies and stuff like that, where they've done things where they give customers points and then they can redeem those points for different actions that they want their customers to do. So one
Mhm.
example was one of the agencies we were working with, they have they give their customers 5,000 points a month, and then that gives them 5,000 points that they can redeem for different services inside the agency. So what they had was graphic design service, and they could do five different projects. Basically, each time they fill out the form, they would redeem 1,000 points, or each time they redeem 1,000 points, they could fill out the form for another graphic design thing. That they would fill out all the details of what they wanted for graphic design, and then that would get sent over to um, to their team to make that happen.
That's actually really smart. I've never thought about actually using it for the agency.
Yeah, they used
Um,
it. Yeah, they used it for
that,
their own customers, and then they weren't using it as a loyalty and rewards. They were just using it as a way to be able to track and manage um, those services.
got it. Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And
You're welcome.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, sounds good.
Thanks.
Rajat, you got your hand up there. How are you doing? I was thinking about you the other day. You're muted.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yes, I'm doing great. I just started setting up, and I am having an issue. I'll show you here. Let me share my screen. Ta-da. So I created a dummy customer, so they did receive. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So they received this email. We go on loyalty dashboard. It opens up, working perfectly all right. Go on event coupon promotions. It opens up the promotion page. It's working fine, but somehow I think I did something somewhere wrong. I'm not able to find it out, but it goes as soon as you hit promotion page, it goes 404.
Okay, go to your sites.
Okay, let me go to my.
Looks like maybe the address got changed, the path.
Yes, 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 I
Maybe
think.
that's what happened.
Okay, so let me go on sites.
VIP promotions, funnels, and pages.
Okay, right. So which one? The display
So
promotion to subscribers?
just 1 second.
Sure.
I just want to make sure I get the right address for you.
Yeah.
Or yeah, it would say the. Oh, I'm in forms. That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably because it added promo details, promotion details. It's probably because it's got 4009 at the end.
Okay. So should I just remove this?
Yeah, let me just take a quick look on ours just to make sure. Yeah, it should just be promo dash details.
Okay. From.
I don't know why it would have added.
Let me see. Okay, so I did here.
I don't know why it would added extra
All
numbers
right,
on there.
perfect. So let me try this now. Yeah,
There you go.
that's the thing. Yeah, now it's easy, super easy to open up. Yes,
Yeah, high level in their paths. Make it
I
easy
know
sometimes.
exactly. Perfect. No, that was the only thing right now.
Okay,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, I was thinking about you the other day because I've
Yes,
got a few people asking about like the QR code
sure.
cards and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I think maybe we talked about it last time was maybe you putting together a package for
Yes.
being able to
Oh,
deliver some
yes.
cards
I
for people.
totally
So
forgot.
I've
Yes,
had a
I
few
can do
people
it.
ask about it, and I've just been
Sure.
sending them to like Amazon to buy some cards. But if
Mhm.
you have ones that you can do for them, might be a good opportunity
Absolutely.
to
I
get
can
some out
do
there.
all. So, what I'm going to do is after the call, I'm going to send you all the details, so, with all the capabilities so that we can just figure out how to do that.
Sure, yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. Emily, I see you're here today. Did you have any how are things going over there?
Yeah, I had a quick question. Well, not a question. I just wanted you to take a look at this workflow that I
Yep.
changed and make sure that I did it right and that before I go and duplicate and replicate this, I just want to make sure it's correct.
Yep, sure. Or can I get you to stop sharing?
Alexa, pause.
There we
Oh.
go.
All right. Okay, so I was adding, you said to add triggers for both, since we changed the price point,
Okay, yep.
um, to, for both the old price point and the new price point, and that was the only thing. So I just wanted to make sure if we look at these, that they are correct. So, oops.
Okay.
Okay. So this is so the new one for this price point is 35 instead of 25.
Yep.
Okay.
Canceled.
That's the failed one.
Yeah.
And then
Do you have two canceled ones? Oh, that's the old 25 one.
oh, let's see. Maybe they put them in a different order. I thought that all the ones you
Yeah, they
did were
probably would have put them in a different order.
right.
What you could do
Oh,
is
okay, okay.
just
So I tried
name
to
them.
rename them. So here's the new one
Okay. Yeah,
for the
perfect.
active. And then there's the failed
Yep.
payment. That's
Payment
the old one.
failed.
Um, that's the payment.
Success. New canceled and
So maybe I made a
you
mistake.
have active, you have active, canceled, payment succeeded, and payment failed. Should be the four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have eight triggers there. So um
Okay, I'll just
yeah,
go.
failed payment new, subscription new canceled, new payment success, and new payment active. You have the four there.
Okay. All right.
And then
So
so then under the if statement, like
this
the
one.
if else, yeah. So if you click on which trigger, which workflow trigger,
Okay.
so then here's where you want to do workflow trigger is you want to put both there as well. So workflow trigger failed
Okay.
payment subscription, and then you say or, so change and to or, and then click the plus, and then say workflow trigger is, and then it would be like uh failed payment new down at the bottom there. Yeah, and then you
Uh,
do that for the other ones as well. That way
uh,
you have the triggers coming in, and then when it goes to sort them, it's sorting them. So if it's that trigger or the other trigger, that either failed triggers will trigger the same path down the flow.
Oh shoot. So now I just like have to be, oh no, that's not that
No,
one.
that's a payment success new. Um, New
This one.
payment success, yeah.
Okay. And then that.
Yep. And then that should work.
Okay. All right, so now I can go back to my contact list and filter it by our tags and throw people into this workflow and or in through this automation, and then we should be all set. And I can do that with the annuals and the monthlies, and then edit the dates for the annuals that are
Yeah.
off. Uh,
Yeah, so these other ones, the way you have this set up now, what the changes you just made is for anybody new, well, anybody who's in the system. So even if they're not like, so for example, if they're not even added to this workflow before, but they do have one of those subscriptions,
mhm.
it will still trigger the other things in here.
Okay.
So just for adding new people in, like you said
Okay.
before,
Okay.
that will push them through.
Okay. And then I wasn't sure. We're probably a little like maybe, I don't know, a month or so out from this, but we are working through the franchise process now.
Oh,
So I
right
just
on.
want to make sure that I have all the things tightened down and working and what the process is going to look like on our end to be able to repeat this and yeah, so I just wanted
So
to know if
the other location, they would have their own points and stuff like that, or would they be able to use the points
well,
across the
that's
board?
that's something that I'm kind of working through with the franchise development company right now is trying to figure out what that's going to look like. Do you have thoughts and or recommendations on that based on how we're using it?
Um, no, I just think because you're using high level and that one sub account, your messaging may get tricky
Okay.
based on, having multiple franchises in that one or multiple franchise locations. It just
Well,
depends on how you have it set up. If it's
my thought was that they would have their own, we would just create multiple
yeah.
sub accounts for them. And then, the charges that we'll like that's what I wanted to talk to you. So I
The
just
only problem the only thing where you run into is if you have a different sub account, the points they have at one location won't apply to the points they have at a different
got
location.
it. Okay.
That's the
Okay.
only thing that you want to think about is
And I
like,
think that's probably better for now. I think it's better to just keep it separate.
yeah,
So yeah, okay. And so should I just when it's time I should just like book a call on your or book
yeah,
time for
that's
is it
easy.
about the pricing and all of that? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect. Thank you
right
so
on.
much.
You're welcome. I know there was a question. I'm gonna open up if anybody else has any questions, just raise your hand as well. I know I got a message a minute ago from Kim, but it was on Facebook, and I feel like it was probably because they weren't in yet. But let me just check Facebook here. Uh, do, do, do. Short answer. We use the QR codes for Google reviews at a restaurant location. Is there a way to get the customer scan to give a Google review, and in that same scan action, have them sign up for the VIP list? Yeah. So answering, so Kim's question is, they said they were trying to make it onto the call, but they have another call right now. I see them in here, but they might just be busy. So the question was, can I have somebody scan a QR code and then have them leave a review, but then also sign up for the VIP program as well. Yeah, that's technically possible. What I'm trying to add in, we haven't done it yet, is add in after we do that Google review, scan the QR code NFC thing where we capture their Google info, send it over to high level, is also at the same time ask them for their phone number so we can add them into the SMS system. We could add in another thing, where we ask them, do they want to join the VIP program, or do the A2P information where they consent to receive messages for marketing material at the
We'd be
same
happy to come
time.
back.
So I just don't have that built into it yet, but I have it about 50% started in there. So yes, they can join the VIP program. It would be just by email, the way we have that Google review thing set up, using the tap card or the a QR code, because you can go to essentially the same place. So for anybody else who's wondering what the heck it is I'm talking about, it would be 5 stars dot review. Is we created this review. I'm going to share my screen because I know I'm not doing that. We created this thing where you can send people with their QR code over to a page where they can sign in with Google. And when they sign in with Google to leave a review for this business, it's going to capture their information and send it over to high level. I wanted to add in an extra step that instead of just going directly to the review site, it would ask them to update their phone number, and then they can put their phone number in and click submit, and then that would take them over to the review page still. But then we would also capture their phone number and info for high level. At that point, you can either just enter them in to the VIP program if you want to, or you could then send them a text message saying, hey, thanks for leaving us a review. Would you like to join our reviews, our VIP promotion, and get exclusive access to promotions and offers for this restaurant or this business? Reply yes. So we could do something like that. We could do either one of those things. The next step is just adding in a review request there. Otherwise, if you just wanted to do the VIP program via email, you would already be set up to go ahead and do that. That makes sense. They're not on the call right now, so I hope that answers it. Anyways, Sam, I see. I don't know if anybody has anything. Does anybody want to put input anything on that? John has his hand up there. He says,
Yeah, I just think yeah, if you're capturing that information, that's perfect, and you want to make that process as frictionless as possible. So have them give their phone number, and then have it as an automatic opt-in, and they have to manually opt out. Like just by
Yeah.
just by going into and following this pathway, they've scanned the QR code. It takes them to your landing page. They have to give you the phone number to proceed. That's an opt-in. They can unclick the button right there if they want to, and then when they're finished, it automatically goes to their Google review page, and you've captured everything. Then you're going to send them the follow-up email, because if you put in too many steps before they get to Google review, they're not going to leave.
Yeah, I think just one step where we ask them for their phone number and then submit. I think that would be a good little piece to have in there, without adding too much friction, and then we'll make it so you can turn it on or turn it off too. So if you don't want to collect their phone number from that, you don't have to. But I've got it about 50% done. We've got the page set up. It just needs to redirect over there and then add it to high level when we update that contact. So that's how I would go and do it anyways. And I think it'll be a great system. And then we'll just have a little checkbox that says, yes, please add me to the VIP system. Probably make it so we can change the messaging on that as well through the settings. But we'll try to make it as customizable as possible. Sam, you got your hands up. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. My first question is pretty basic.
Okay.
I set up GHL Smart scripts, in high level, and I had one question when I did that, and that was when I'm in the dashboard and I can see the location, the account settings off to the right, and it says all locations. When I
Okay, yeah.
click all, yeah, you're following me?
Yeah, yeah.
When I click all locations, should I or should I not see?
No, there's nothing in there. So
Okay.
probably I should change the name of it because I know it's been confusing to for a couple people.
Yeah.
Um, the all locations was basically I created that as a transition from going from API version 1 to API version 2. So you'd
Okay.
be able to see all the locations that you have in our system and whether they were connected to API version 2 or not. Um,
Gotcha.
as you add locations to our system, you will start to see all the locations that you
Yeah.
have added into our system. All the
Yeah.
sub accounts, it'll show up under there, but when you're just starting out, it won't show any locations at all.
Okay. Cool. So I thought that was the case, but I just want to make sure that I didn't have something not connected right. I did install the video testimonials,
Okay,
and
yep.
two questions on that. One is in the training, you down at the bottom, I don't think it was mentioned in the video of that document. It has a video manager custom menu link to sub accounts, and there's a
Yep.
URL there. Is that supposed to go in the specific sub account where that snapshot is installed?
You added to dot, yeah. So if you want to do that, so it's under, I'm gonna pull that one up. Um, yeah, so you can add it as a custom menu link in your agency and give access to it from your sub account or give it access to your sub account.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have a video or any more words on it after it just shows the link there. I see that. Yeah, add that into custom menus. Then it will
And just put the
allow
location ID for the sub account in there, I'm assuming.
you just leave it like that.
Oh,
Put in
okay.
your custom menu link. And then whichever sub account you give access to, like when you're creating the custom menu link, you can spec here, I'll show you. You can specify which sub accounts you want to you add it to. So you don't make it as the agency one, you do it as the sub accounts only access. So I'm in the wrong one here. Go here. There we go. It looks like it's acting fast, but it's working fast, but it's just slow. All right, so we'll go create a new one. So when you create a new one, you give it a different icon. So we'll do video. So video manager, or you can call it whatever you want. You paste in that link that we grabbed from the scripts there. I might have closed it by accident. Oh, here we go. We're just going to grab this, drop that into, where were we? Right here. And then just say open within the current window. We don't want it on the agency sidebar. We want it on the sub account sidebar. And if you don't want it on every account sidebar, then you select which sub accounts you wanted access, you want to give
Yeah.
access to. And then you can also say role-based visibility and stuff like that too. And then hit save. And then what that'll do is it will add that video manager to the sub account sidebar, the sidebar of that sub account. We're in the process of also making it, this is going to be really cool, is that every time you add a sub account to our system too, we can automatically do the custom menu link for that sub account. So you won't have to, in the future, you won't have to go and manually update or edit or change those, because we can update it and make sure that the sub accounts get access right away.
Now, when somebody does, so like say I have a video, they send a video in approved.
Yeah.
Is there a way to download the video outside of the system if I want to use that video somewhere else?
Yeah, you can download it directly from the video manager.
Okay. Okay.
So from that video manager back in there, let's go back to Smart Scripts because this is essentially the same link that you're going to get to go in there. Let's go video testimonials. Let's go for example here. This is one of the ones we use for our daughter's hockey team. They they did video testimonials of all their coaches. So once they're approved, you can go in here. It'll bring in all the approved ones, and then you just click download right there, and then you can
Okay.
download it to your computer, and then you can use it for ads or whatever you want to use it for.
Okay, cool. And then my last question around the video testimonials, and then I'm done, is
Mhm.
like I know right now the way the funnel is set up that comes in is it's basically meant, you send an email out, the contact responds, so they go right to the video page. They don't have to enter in their information.
Yeah,
But if I had a situation where, like, say I had a client who just wanted to send a link out and didn't want to use high level, they had their own CRM or their own email,
sure.
I would just have to have a initial like form at as the first part of the
Yeah,
funnel.
so if you could take a look at ghlpowertools.com slash here, we have a demo set up and it's almost the exact same thing. So we're just sending people to this page to go try it out. It goes to a login, like it just goes to a form where you're going to put your first name and email in
Yeah,
there. It says button, but it should say go or something.
yeah,
Submit. And then we're capturing their contact ID and putting them into here. So that way we can then the reason why we want to capture that person is A, for our records, but B, we can trigger off automations and everything like that on
right.
filling out that form. So you can put as
Yep,
much info you want on that form, name, phone number, email, whatever. Um, and then it would yeah, it would capture it here now. So when they hit record and they go through that whole process, then it'll say thank you for the video, we're reviewing it. And then once it's approved, it'll set it off another trigger that says, hey, your video was approved. Here is
yep,
a link to your gift card or whatever bonus we're giving you for leaving a video testimonial.
right, right. Okay, cool. Yeah, another question came to mind real quick, and that is when we buy the package of minutes. I know you said it spreads out over however many sub accounts you want to use
Mhm.
it for. If we at some point stop using it and we stop paying for the monthly, do the videos just get removed? Is that what happens?
No, you'll still have the videos. You'll still have access to the videos that are in there. You just won't be able to record new videos.
New videos. Okay, so it's new videos won't be able to record, but old videos will still remain.
Yeah, you'll still have the gallery of old videos.
Okay, that was my question, just for going forward and thinking
Yeah,
through different situations with clients and how to communicate about it.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
all right, awesome, thank you.
You're welcome. Um, Kim, Chris and Kim, I see you posted this question. I don't know if you guys were just on when I just answered it. We'll have to go back through the live stream. I just kind of went through and answered that question there for you guys. So hopefully you guys had a chance to see it. Or if you can, yeah, maybe I'll have to watch the replay for it. So, having said that, does anybody else have any questions today while we're on here? Good day so far.
The
No
video
video.
referrals, is that included with your
No,
current
well, it
snapshot?
is. You have to pay video minutes separate from reviews and referrals. So because we pay video processing minutes, we basically buy a bulk of them every month, and then you have to basically there's a subscription for video minutes, and it goes from like 200 minutes to I think 1,000 minutes per month for video processing. All right. Okay, I got to jump off right at 11. So we've got about 15 minutes left here, you guys. I see Judy just joined us. Welcome, Judy. Did you make any headway on the snapshots from last week, from Tuesday?
No,
No.
short answer, no.
Okay.
Um, but I was wondering, do you have a snapshot for network marketing or MLM?
Um, I don't know. I know I've done some work with MLM before. What are you thinking? What are you trying to do?
Well, I have a potential client who is in Melaleuca, Have you heard of
Okay.
it?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they've been around forever. So, she's been trying to sell me on the Melaleuca opportunity for, I think, a year, probably almost.
Yeah. What is
And I just,
Melaleuca again? I've heard it. I just don't remember what it is.
it's like a tea tree oil, but their brand name is Melaleuca. And they make all sorts of products with it,
Oh, okay.
like for health and like consumable products.
Yeah.
Like cleaning supplies, like
Right.
toothpaste and whatever, right? Like all kinds of
Yeah. I
things.
remember I knew a few people who were doing that. We used
Yeah.
to actually do a lot of work with well, it's interesting. We worked with a lot of real estate investors, and for some reason, a lot of the real estate investors that we were working with were also into MLM stuff as well. Just different ways for cash flow and bringing stuff in. So that's interesting. I don't have anything specifically for that. Now, to set up, it's you'd almost want to set it up as a business. I mean, the thing with the MLM stuff, there's so much information that you want to get out to those customers, right? So when you get a prospect who signs up for something, some information, you want to start sending off information for that right away. And then generally you're trying to get somebody on a call, right? If you want them to be, because there's the two sides to it, where you want them to either be a part of the business, you're trying to recruit them to be part of the business under you, or you're trying to get them to at least purchase products from you. And then a huge part of running MLM as your own, like your own business, is that in order to be a leader and have people subscribed underneath you, is that you want to be doing those training calls, right? You want to always be having those training calls going to keep people engaged and selling. So um I don't know what so much works is, you can also have it set up with like a funnel, go here, get more information, put your info in, and then it would reach out to, it would sign that person up. No, it wouldn't sign them up, but at least you'd collect their information for it. So you can pretty much use any kind of registration funnel. It's just every MLM business is their info and what they sell is so different, while the process is still very similar, I would think. But short answer is I don't have an MLM snapshot that has all the follow up and stuff, or the framework for you anyways.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so she also actually, it's kind of an interesting situation. So I just finally told her that I'm just focusing on building a marketing agency, right?
Yeah.
So then she was like, "Oh, marketing agency? Oh, we have to have a coffee chat."
Oh yeah.
So that's why, I'm thinking that maybe she probably needs some help because she's just, yeah, some help with marketing. But, and the other thing is actually that I learned about her when I first met her on a Zoom call with someone else, was that she actually works for this company that has rolled up like 100 or more. I can't remember what the number is. It's somewhere in and around 100 dental clinics in Canada. So
Okay.
yeah, and she works for the company that's rolling them up. And she's like some sort of supervisor thing, something or another.
Are
So
they're creating new ones, or they're creating
no, they're buying
oh yeah, okay.
existing dental clinics. So, but I'm not sure what kind of, systems that they have. I would assume that they would have a system like
Yeah.
that would be part of the sales process, right? To buy them. It's like we're going to put you in our system. It's all going to be automated and blah blah blah, but who knows? You never know
Yeah.
what they're using or what they might need or
Yeah, no, that's where you have to have the in-depth conversations with them about how things, like what they're doing now, what they need to get done, and where you can help bridge that gap between, you know, uh where things are going. With some of those things, Like there's the call center stuff inside of high level, which is really good too. Using opportunities. Depends.
Call center thing?
Yeah, like well,
What's that?
you can do it's not call center, but we did that Kixie presentation last Friday, where you can
Oh
help
yeah.
follow up with those customers. Then you can have customers inside of opportunities, and then have their salespeople reaching out to them. It really all depends on what their process is, and without knowing really anything about their business, it's hard to say what you would offer them or do. But I do have a few friends who have a similar business model where the company they work for buy businesses. And one of the things we found with them is that the businesses that they buy while they're doing really well, but the owners want to exit, is that they just don't have the marketing stuff in place. Like they don't have the
Yeah.
websites in place, they don't have any of the follow-up stuff in place, they don't have any of that thing. So I think there's an opportunity there, if you can help them to, bring those businesses that they acquire up to speed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Do you have a snapshot for realtors?
Just 1 second.
I don't want to interrupt. I'm getting ready for another call, but I am listening to this
Yeah.
call. I would just say also take a look inside of the dashboard. There's all those different niche.
Yeah, I was
specific
looking there. We don't have,
snapshots.
we don't have,
There's ecom would be a really good one for Melaleuca, right? The agency snapshot
it
for
could be,
collecting
yeah.
leads. Like I just wanted to mention, maybe take a look at that stuff. There's
Yeah,
lots
I was looking in
I
first.
appreciate your input, Shandong.
Just jumping
Sorry,
in
I'm
on.
just like,
No,
where? Here
no,
we go.
I really
Okay, I gotta
appreciate
go.
that for sure.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ones in here. So there is like uh there are a bunch of different snapshots in here. I know there's other people who do sell specifically a MLM snapshot. I just Googled it. If you Google MLM snapshot, you might find something here. I can't say anything about quality or what's in there or anything like that. But there are some people who sell MLM snapshots for high levels. So um it might be something to look into if you can lock that person down. You know what I mean? I wouldn't go and buy something before talking with her or before getting her to commit to anything, but there's that option. Let's
Yeah.
see here. Back to where you guys are.
Can,
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't downloaded anything, but can I access what you just accessed there just by
I think so.
clicking on the links?
If you have this installed, you can go to snapshots right here. And this is
I
going to be the
I
access of,
I
well,
don't have it installed.
oh yeah, so you want to get stuff installed. So if you wanted when you originally got set up, there was a custom menu link that we sent you in the email to get onboarded. I would go and set that up and go through some of the training to get started there, and then there's snapshots and stuff in here that you can download for all these different industries.
So I have to set things up before I can go and look at all the different snapshots like that. What you just did?
Um, yes. So yeah, you'd want to go and set that up.
Okay.
Ronick just put one here for a real estate snapshot from Sean Faber, which is good. Which you might actually have um real estate snapshot. I think that's probably the same one right in there because these snapshots were a partnership with Sean. So there is a real estate snapshot right there inside of our tools as well. Let's just share this. You can see that right there, I think. So there's a
Okay.
real estate snapshot. I think there's an ecom one in here as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'd go browse through and then see what's in there.
So when I download this, I should do I download this into a separate sub account?
No, each one of these is a different snapshot. Um, each one of those is a different snapshot. So Yeah, if you want, you can preview it and stuff. Click on it. You can see the preview. You can see what the pages look like, that kind of thing. You can read a little bit about what it does, inside of here as well. And then, if you choose to use it, yeah, then I would, if you're gonna test it, then I would put that into a different if in different sub account. You click on it, click on, import this snapshot. It'll ask you to bring it into your sub account, or not into your sub account, into your agency snapshots, and then you'll see it over here under account snapshots later.
If
And
you're
then,
trying to show your screen, we're not seeing it.
okay. So yeah, you probably want to take a look at. So yeah, you just click on this, click on import snapshot for whichever one you want. It'll put it in account snapshots over here. And then you can either create a new sub account from that snapshot. Import snapshots. Here you can find the snapshot you want to use and then click plus, and that'll allow you to create a new account. Or if you already have a sub account that you wanted to import a snapshot into, you can go to sub accounts and then manage client. And then actions, load snapshot. And then that's where you can load the snapshot, and they'll ask you, which snapshot do you want to load from the ones that you've imported or ones that you have on your own as well.
From
And then if
all
you,
the snapshots that are under account snapshot.
yeah, import snapshot, high level. So if you just even Google this, there'll be a ton of information on how to do it. And here is, I'll put this in chat. Here is high levels. Where are we? Just mashing on buttons here. Here, I'll put this in here. And then there's an article on how to manage and add snapshots to your sub accounts.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I see Leo joined us. I don't know if Leo had any questions for us
Yeah.
today. We got about
Hey,
4 minutes
Jason.
left before we
Don't
got to
worry.
do.
Sorry. Can you hear me? Sorry that
Yeah.
I joined so late. Yeah, I had another meeting.
All right.
So I'm just trying to install. So I kind of am doing like a demo snapshot or not snapshot.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. So I just
Demo sub
installed it.
account. Yeah.
I'm kind of just creating something so that I can show people.
Sure.
Um, I've gone through the training, but there's really no like step one, step two, step three, like even a checklist. It is the system is so powerful, right? And so overwhelming. I wish there was just like a light version of the power tools that we could just like,
Right.
uh, yeah, not.
What are you trying to set up
I
for
just
what
want to.
industry?
So I set it up in a sub account. I just want to do the demo of. What to show. I went, how can I say, I don't even know where to start, how to even tell you where I'm at. But
Okay.
yeah, like I went through, let me see, I don't, yeah.
What we typically do for demos is we'll set up different sub accounts for
Yeah,
different things, right? So if we're doing, if it's loyalty and rewards and promotions, we'll set up
yeah.
one sub account for restaurants for that. We'll have a different one for dentists or whatever. You can have a generic too. That's fine.
I'm doing one for nail salons. I'm focusing on
Yeah.
nail
Okay.
salons. So I saw
Yeah.
you have a salon one. So that's the kind of one that I started with.
Okay.
And I installed that one into the thing and I got a ton of workflows. I
Yeah.
from here though, I don't know where to go. Like the
Yeah, I've been
yeah,
thinking about it too. How about this? It's gonna be a busy weekend, but over the weekend here, I will put together I do have forms of checklists somewhere, but I'll put something together that's more like step one, step two, step three, um,
just to get the
for you.
basics, I think, because yeah,
Yeah, I
and
know
then
what you're
I was
saying. I've had visions in my head of what that should look like too. I've been thinking about it uh,
totally because
for a
I
little
think we
while
get
now.
so overwhelmed with so much of it. If I can just get started, I learn about it, then I go into more features.
Yeah,
But just to get something basic set up, right, and just get the ball rolling with a client.
yeah,
Um, that's one. And then last week, on your call, you shared a link. I don't think I copied it for. I guess it was forms, kind of to onboard them so that they fill out their. God,
Oh
I
yeah,
forget.
okay.
But I didn't copy it. Is there anywhere we can get that?
Yeah, I'll put the snapshot in here too. So this one is uh it's definitely just kind of a framework for making it work. But let's go here. I'll copy this here. Oops. No, I don't want to push out. That's not what I'm doing. Here, I'll put this in chat for you. Chat went away. So there's that. I don't have any training about that specific snapshot. It really is just kind of a framework, but I think I have a video of it that I shared. And I'll see if I can get that to you as well.
All right, no problem.
Leo, what was your just want to make sure I have your email address. There.
Info at adzbs.com.
Okay. Okay, I'll make
Ads
sure I
biz.
find that.
Yeah.
And I'll send if I have a video about it, I'll send it over to you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay,
So I'm gonna be
cool.
playing with it all weekend too, just trying to get that
Okay.
example thing set up. If I have any questions, I'll email.
Yeah, one of the things to maybe watch through is we have the overview video of the setup.
Mm-hmm.
That is somewhat of a kind of like a checklist of going through from start to finish. If you watch that, you kind of get an idea of the flow.
Okay, will do.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over to Juan real quick. And yeah, how's it going?
Thank you. Fine. Thank you for your time. Jason, could you walk me through real fast, in the when you that you can do memberships in the reward system,
Yeah.
okay? And for example, to have a paid membership on the reward system, how could I be doing check-ins to those people that have this kind of membership that they paid?
What would what would the check-in do?
Just to know that nobody is sneaking by the it's taking advantage of a membership when they haven't bought it, or kind of a check-in, or
Okay.
kind of a control thing. Can something be is thought like that?
Um, they're kind of um we have like so let's say for example do it's a workaround though. Like it's not like a foolproof kind of like fitness check-in or something like that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's the check-in that we have is more along the lines of you'll earn a few points. You'll earn points when you check in, right?
Okay.
The
Yeah.
way we've done it in we've got here, I'll share my screen here. And this isn't to do with I mean, you can have it set up with memberships as well, but we have this check-in funnel page. It says, "Are they a member?"
Yes.
Um, this is where they just put their phone number in
Right.
to check in. Now, it's a little bit, yeah. So what you would end up doing is they would fill out this form here, and then
Uh-huh.
at the end, tacked onto this form is a custom field. And if they have a membership, if they are a member, it
Mm-hmm.
will it'll plug in the custom field after the URL when they submit that form. So then it
Okay.
will take them to either one page that says, okay, you are a member, or it'll take them to another page that's not a member, where that'll say, okay, you're not a member. Um,
Okay.
it's as simple like that, but it wouldn't like alert anybody or tell people that they're not a member. So it wouldn't really work as a um it wouldn't really work as a like check-in system for like a gym or something. What business are you thinking about?
The paddle club, and they are
Yeah.
gonna sell a membership. Yep.
Yeah, so we have it set up to give points if they're a member, but we don't
Mhm.
have it set up to give like to be like a check-in system for like a fitness club.
Okay.
Does that
Okay.
make sense? I
Yes.
don't know how you would make it work because sometimes when you have the person check in, I like to the gyms that I've been to, you go and you check in, they have a scanner there, it scans your
Yes.
code on your phone or your key card or whatever it is, and then it like gives you a bing if you're like good, or like it tells them that you're not
A
um
member.
your membership is expired,
Right.
right? Um, so this wouldn't do that. Like we don't have anything set up to
Okay.
do that. The
Okay.
membership that we have is more as just like a recurring membership, with the points and rewards.
Okay. 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 That's fine.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you very much.
You're
That's
welcome.
it. Bye bye.
All right. All right. See ya. Okay, you guys, I gotta jump off. I've got another meeting here right away. Appreciate you guys joining us on this fine Thursday. I hope you guys have got your questions answered. If you guys have any more questions, obviously, like usual, post into the Slack channel. And we'll do our best to answer all the questions in there as well. Otherwise, you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right.